Hi, my name's Joseph Cherry, and this is a quick explainer about EQ. So, EQ is short for equalizer, which is the process of manipulating the frequency of a sound. So, what's frequency? Well, it's how fast a sound is vibrating. High sounds vibrate very fast, and low sounds vibrate very slow. And just like the color spectrum with sight, sound sits on a frequency spectrum, with the lowest being around 20 Hz and the highest being around 20,000 Hz. This can also vary based on how old you are, and of course, what species of animal you are, with elephants hearing the lowest sounds, and porpoises the very highest sounds. But you don't always hear every frequency of a sound. Imagine, for example, you're stood outside a club, and you only hear the low rumble of the kick and the bass. That's because the walls are absorbing the high frequencies, allowing only the low ones to pass through. Or imagine perhaps you're on a bus and the teenager at the back is playing music on his phone. The reason it sounds so tinny and high pitched is because the phone speaker is too small to replicate the low waveforms. In the same way, we can use an EQ to pinpoint specific frequencies of a sound we like and boost them, or alternatively, remove the sounds we don't like. This becomes incredibly useful when creating an audio mix. You can kind of think of an audio mix as a group photo, with the frequency spectrum like the frame. You can't fit everyone's whole bodies in the shot. You just want their best feature, the face. And the same applies when creating an audio mix. You want to pull out all the best bits of all the sounds while still leaving room for them all to fit in the frequency spectrum. So, using this picture as an example, let me show you roughly where sounds usually will sit in an audio mix. Okay, so at the bottom here we have Jared Leto, and he is our sub, and he'll be capturing the lowest parts of our kick and our bass. This area is sometimes referred to as the thud or thump of a mix. Next up we've got Jennifer Lawrence, and she's acting as the real meat of our kick drum. It's where the sub bass meets the bass and you really start to hear that low end coming through. Then we have Meryl Streep, we have Channing Tatum. They are the real punch of our bass. This is the central warm territory of our bass frequencies. Next up, we've got Ellen DeGeneres acting as our bass, where our low frequencies meet our low mid frequencies. This area is perfect for low but melodic instruments that need a bit of definition. Okay, so we're slap bang in the middle now with Julia Roberts and Kevin Spacey, and this is where a lot of the action happens. This is a very energetic area of the frequency spectrum, and it's perfect for guitars, for pianos, and snare drums as well. Okay, so we've hit the main event now, where our mids meet our high mids with Bradley Cooper and Brad Pitt. And this is often where our vocal will sit, perhaps where a lead guitar will be. It's often an area of edge and real clarity in a mix. And finally, right at the top, we have the On Your O's, and we have Angelina Jolie acting as perhaps our hi-hats, our cymbals. This is an area of real definition in a mix and nice airiness as well. I'd just like to say that these things are not hard and fast rules. You can EQ your mix however you see fit, but these are just guidelines to help you get started. So I hope you've seen how highly beneficial an EQ can be in an audio maker's toolkit. And if you've liked this video, please give us a like below. And for more from FxSound, subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.